Hi guys, how's it going? If you haven't been to my channel before, my name is Madison, and today I have Thanksgiving leftovers. Thanksgiving was yesterday, and I cooked a whole bunch of food, so that is what I have here. I'm really excited. I'm kind of out of breath because I just like walked up and down the stairs like 5 times. But yeah, so I'm here. I'm also gonna do like a little bit of just like a small update about like what I've been doing. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump right in. Please let me know if like whatever, like what you did for Thanksgiving. I really want to hear about it. I always like reading you guys' comments, so yeah. Anyways, so I have a soft yeast dinner roll that I made. It's kind of thin because like the recipe that I used was like, it was a different one, and she like did this whole like rollout thing. It's actually pretty good. It's just different than like what you're used to, I guess. I have some green beans right here, some stuffing. This is like the kind that's like the Pepperidge Farm bag. Like I mixed half of the cornbread one. Excuse me. I mixed half of the cornbread one and half of like the herb, like the cubed herb one. And then I have mashed potatoes, a cranberry sauce that I made, which is like, it's got like orange and cinnamon and stuff in it. It's really, really good. It's like, I haven't even had the canned stuff because like I've just been making this for like ever. And then I have white meat turkey right here that I also made yesterday. Sorry, Missy's like making noise. And then here I have a like kind of like sweet potato casserole situation. So it's like a mashed sweet potato with like nutmeg and like other spices and butter. And then on top there's like a streusel that's like a cinnamon butter streusel, and then some marshmallows. So yeah, I'm like starving to death. I work today, so I'm like ready to get into this. Mitzi, don't make noise. Oh, there's also brown gravy on here that I made from the drippings, from the gravy, from the turkey, and it's really awesome, so. I think I'm also partially out of breath because I finally got all my stuff out of my storage unit. I don't know, maybe 20, 30 minutes ago, and then lugged everything in here. But yeah, I really like the texture of like the cubed stuffing mixed with the cornbread stuffing because it's like not so stiff for like the cubed one, but it's also like not like so just like untextured for the cornbread one, because cornbread stuffing is really, you know, it's like finely ground, I guess. I'll give you guys a close-up. Anyways, so I did work today, and if you don't have me like on social media, I sprained my ankle a couple days ago, not at work. I was at an apartment complex, and it was dark outside, and I'm like kind of unfamiliar with the complex. There was a step, I didn't see it, I fell. I was fine at first, but then like in the middle of the night, I like woke up and I was like in immense pain. So thankfully, it is not actively hurting, but it was hurting really bad when it happened. And this is just plain water. Okay, so this, honestly, I've like never had this before, but my boyfriend wanted me to like make something with sweet potatoes, like a casserole or whatever, with marshmallows. And I was like, my cousin always eats that. Shout out to Amber. But I was like, I never tried it because it like freaked me out. I think my grandma makes it with like yams though, like canned yams, and marshmallows. But I was like, you know what? I like sweet potatoes. Like, let me just try it. And yeah, the recipe that I found, I'll link it below. I did like a variation on it for like the streusel. But yeah, it's delicious. And everything that I have here is served warm, just in case anyone's wondering. That is so good. But yeah, so yesterday was actually like a really long day, but it was so freaking chill because like my boyfriend is just like very like calm and like I'm calm sometimes. It just kind of it depends. Like I would say like I am kind of like eccentric in like my like movements and like the way I speak, but like in my mind there's calmness. So like if I'm like doing something, I'm still like doing it in a calm way, if that makes sense. So, oh my god, my dog looks so cute. Oh my god. I hate when she lays right there when I'm making a video because it's just too adorable. I'm sorry, you're so cute. Anyways, so I made the turkey at his place because he has a bigger oven than the one that's here. And I made everything else over here. So literally like in the morning we woke up, I started making the turkey at like 9 or something. And then it was just like super chill. And like I came here after a while and started making stuff because I also had like prepped out the mashed potatoes. Like I did the entire mashed potatoes. I made the sweet potatoes. I just didn't put any toppings on it. And then I made the cranberry sauce. So I took a lot of like the angst out of it, I guess. Or like any anxiety, you know? And I'd asked him previously, like a couple days ago or so, I was like, hey, like, do you want to do like lunch or dinner? Like, what sounds good to you? And he was like, I don't know, maybe like dinner, you know, because like, you know, for like no stress. I was like, honestly, like we'll probably be, I was like, first of all, like, it won't be like super rushed because like turkey doesn't take that long. Especially for the one we got was like 13 pounds. But I was like, let's do it at like 2 or 3 because that's when we usually freaking get hungry anyway. So it'll be perfect. And it did work out perfectly. Unfortunately, when I went to check the turkey the first time, it wasn't completely done. Like in the amount of time that I thought. Probably because it was like a little bit frozen when I put it in there. I told my boyfriend to take it out of the... I'm going to start calling him his name. His name's Jonathan. I'm going to call him that. Oh my god. Oh. Like, that is so much easier than saying my boyfriend. Anyways, so I told Jonathan, like, kind of late to, like, take it out. So it was just, like, a little bit frozen. Oh my gosh. Mitzi is killing me right now. Anyway, so we just got to like hang out a bit, like, you know, while I was like cooking and while we were going from like my apartment to his apartment and stuff like that. So it was nice to just like spend time together and both like be on the same page about everything, I guess. Like, I don't know. It was really nice. I usually don't cook for people because it like freaks me out because like I feel like if the food sucks and they're gonna hate me. And it's kind of funny because like I literally went to culinary school. Like obviously I can make food. Like it's just food, but I get so weird about it. And like everybody loves food, you know? Like think about whenever you're going to like someone's place, it's like as long as it's like cooked food, like you're kind of like good, you know? Especially like whenever you like everything, like going to culinary school made it where like I opened up my like horizons of food like so much. Anyway, so whenever I got back here to do like most of the actual like cooking and everything, he ended up playing like Home Alone, and that was like when we brought the turkey over, and we had like a little bit of like wine, which it was a little bit like the one that he brought was like a little bit too bitter for me, but then again, I mean, sometimes like, you know, it's like an acquired taste. But that was really fun, and we just hung out with Mitzi all day. I'm sure she loved that. She's been coming with me to his apartment now because I have just like, I'm trying to get in the habit of like not leaving her anymore, mostly because, whoops, like she needs to use the restroom, and a lot as well because she doesn't need to be alone all the time. But yeah, I freaking love Thanksgiving food. Like, I am so glad that I made all this stuff. And I think that's the thing too, is just that, like, yesterday was like so just, like, not, I wouldn't say it was perfect, but it kind of was. like nothing crazy happened. Like, perfection is so interesting sometimes, but like seriously, like nothing crazy happened. Like, we got to have a good time together, and like, excuse me, yeah, I have no words. It couldn't have been like really any different for me, like majorly anyway. Except making sure that the turkey comes out in time. But we did go to his apartment after, and I had put something like in the same place that the turkey was in, and it froze like in his refrigerator. So it actually made me feel like a little bit better because it seems like it wasn't only like the decision that I made, but it was also that part of the refrigerator like freezes. So it was kind of like a double whammy. So that made me feel better. Where is it? There it is. It's just so good because, like, the sweet potatoes are sweet potatoes. And also, like, in the mix of them, it's like brown sugar, like nutmeg and spices and stuff. So it's like kind of sweet, like other than just the sweet potato flavor. And then also like the topping, like, oh, it's so good. And like the streusel is a little bit crispy, so it adds just a different texture, but not something so like crunchy. Like I usually don't like stuff whenever it's like too far of like textures like that. Like some stuff is okay, but I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. Let me know if you know what I mean. I know my mom does. She's probably typing a comment out about ice cream right now. But yeah, I have to wear the splint on my leg for like freaking, like, at least while I'm working for like 10 days. And I just took it off right now because I was like, I'm literally sitting, why am I wearing it? It's honestly really uncomfortable to wear at work, and I wish I didn't have to, but it's necessary, so I'll do it. And today wasn't that busy actually at work because it's Black Friday. But since it's Black Friday, it'll probably be really busy for the next 3 days. Like this is definitely starting like our peak for sure. And I work until Tuesday. Yay me. So I'll get to experience a good, like, the brunt of it. But the good thing about that is at least, like, you know, like, you'll be busy, you know that you have, like, work. If you don't know me or what I do, I work as a delivery driver for Amazon. So I have, like, a couple other videos where I, like, talk about that. If you're interested, you can click on my profile, or if I remember, then I'll put it in the eye. Excuse me. But yeah, today, I had, like, 106 packages, so it wasn't too bad. And it was in my old neighborhood, so part of it was, like, really easy for me. There was one part where the streets were really skinny and, like, people were, like, parked on the streets, so it was just a little bit hard to navigate and make sure that I was, like, turning into the right driveway, because it was one of those things where, like, the apartments have, like, a few driveways, but, like, a lot of the gates are locked and only one gate is open. And the GPS is, like, trying to take you to the locked gate. Like, the locked one that is, like, locked with a chain. And does not open. My cousin got married in Vegas, randomly. I saw it on Instagram. We don't really talk to each other very much. This is my, like, dude cousin. We don't really talk to each other very much because of an argument that we had in 2011, maybe. But I do follow him on Instagram. And so whenever I saw that, I was like, whoa. Like, the girl that he married is, like, freaking gorgeous. I was like, holy shit. And, like, they took pictures of Elvis. Like, it was, like, that kind of Vegas wedding. I'm glad I finally brought, like, all my stuff up here, because, like, it is so much easier to, like, film with the situation that I have going on now than it was previously. Believe me. The skin was, like, crispy whenever I made it, but it's not crispy now, so it kind of doesn't have a purpose. So I'm just setting it to the side. Anyway, I went to this apartment today. Why do all apartments number their stuff different? Like, I just want to know. Like, can we just get, like, one way of numbering, and that's it? That's what I want. That's what I want Biden to, like, pass a bill on. All apartments being numbered the exact same way at all places. Because the place that I went to today was, there was 5 buildings named Building 3. And they were all different, like in each building of Building 3, there was, like, different numbers for them. Like, you know, 147 through 258 or whatever. So that was, like, weird. Thankfully, that place wasn't too awful. The other place that I went to, it was so crazy. So, like, down in the bottom, so it's like a square thing, and then, like, you, like, walk up the stairs. So down at the bottom square, there's 4 apartments. And let me make sure. Okay, so it's like 109, 113, 112, and, like, 111 or whatever. Where's 110? Who knows? Fuck 110. And then, so I'm like, okay. So usually when it's like that, you move on to the next side, and that's, like, you know, 114, 115, blah, blah. Hell, maybe they don't even want 114. Maybe they have a problem with 114, as well as 110. So, no, that's actually not how it was. It was freaking, like, 109, and then above 109 was, like, 110. There it was. Like, why? And then, like, 116, and then, like, 119, and then, like, 117 or 18 or something. And, like, it's just, like, why? Like, why? The easiest way, honestly, for, like, especially for, like, us delivery drivers, is, like, whenever they number something like 119 and then, like, 229 or, like, 219, so that it's, like, you know, the second floor. Make sense? Yeah? Like, oh my gosh. Thankfully, that's, like, an it is what it is kind of thing, but when you're trying to find an apartment and it's upstairs and you go up the wrong set of stairs, walking those extra, you know, 15 up and then 15 back down, and then walking 15 up and 15 back down, a couple, like, you know, after that, like, really, especially when you have a lot of packages, it really does add up. And, like, it makes you tired. Like, stairs at this job make you so tired, because you're not just pulling a package, like, out of a bag and, like, delivering it to the door. You're loading your van in the morning, driving the van, especially as a dot, like, I drive a step van, in case whoever's watching this doesn't know that. It's very, like, heavy, and you feel it in your body. And you're getting out of the van, you're going in the van, so you're pulling your weight up all the time. Like, I have such a respect for, like, people that hella do this, like Like FedEx drivers, especially FedEx Ground, oh my gosh. They do so much work and like they are not paid enough. Especially for the stuff they have to deal with, oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm definitely in this moment not complaining about the job. I'm just saying it's a lot more than just like, oh, let me grab this package, walk it down, walk it over there. So whenever you see a delivery driver doing something insane and you're like, why is that person doing that? It's because they're going insane with the stuff that we have to do. Because like, also like, oh my gosh, on Wednesday, like Amazon's system like went down and it like messed up everything like worldwide, or at least nationwide. And so they were posting like in our little like app that we have. My coworkers, they couldn't even go anywhere because the GPS was broken and like all this stuff. And like obviously, you know, you can kind of figure it out after that. But people are still being hired every day. So imagine it's your first or second day and the phone that you're having to use is telling you, I don't know where you're trying to go. And you don't even know, like, you don't have enough, like, prior knowledge to be like, okay, like, I know what to do. Let me just, you know, go where it's, because it'll still show you, like, on the map, like, where the house is. It just won't guide you there. So there's just, there's a lot of variables. And I'm sure some of these people were just, like, flipping shit. And I was off on Wednesday, so I was really happy. But I was also keeping them in my thoughts because it can always be you. That's what I learned about this job, is that crazy stuff happens to all of us. And don't judge someone for something that happens because you just never know what they went through to make them like later or anything like that. Also, while I was driving today, while I was going to a stop, I'm just driving, and this road is pretty bumpy. It's a road in Austin called Kramer. I think the speed limit's like maybe 30 or 35. So I'm just going in the dog truck, and I hit this bump. And it bumps so hard that like, the little like dash part, like, you know, like with the speedometer and everything, it just falls like into the freaking dash. Like, and so I'm just like, okay. So right now I'm like riding and it's like sideways like this. Like I can kind of see like where my like blinker things are, kind of see like the speed or whatever, but like not really, like not safely. So I pull up to the stoplight, take a picture of it, post it in our little like, excuse me, we have like a thread like on our little app for like issues like while we're actually on the road, because sometimes stuff just happens. And I posted in there, and I'm sure everybody was like, what in the hell? But I feel like the weird part about it is that one of my coworkers, when I told him that I was looking for that van this morning, because I had it in a different area, he was like, oh, like the dash, like, thing went like this or something. I was like, what? Like, I never heard that. When I saw it happen, it made sense. But the thing about it is it was in the area where, like, they fixed the vans. And it was, like, fixed this morning. So, like, our guy that, like, you know, also, like, fixes stuff and just makes sure that we're not doing anything fucking crazy, comes up to me, like, whenever I get to the station at the end, because he had, like, talked to me on the app, And, like, I feel like he thinks that I, like, did something, but I swear I didn't. Like, I'm, like, a really honest person with stuff like that. Like, I don't want to make something worse. You know what I mean? So, like, I would just rather tell the truth. So I was kind of like, what? But he was just, I don't know. I don't really find him to be, like, a genuine person. So I get, like, a weird vibe from him. The more I find out, the more I'll tell you. She's killing me, y'all. And it's so funny, too, because, Jonathan and I were, like, talking about pies the other day, like, while I was buying stuff. And I told him, I was like, let me buy the pies, you know, like, the day of or, like, the day before. And that way they're, like, pretty fresh. So I texted him while he was at work the day before yesterday. And I was like, hey, like, what pie did you say again? And he was like, pecan. I'm like, okay, cool. So I go in H-E-B and I get, like, a pecan pie, which I accidentally grabbed, like, a chocolate pecan one, but I feel like he also was interested in that one, so, like, whatever. And then I grabbed, like, a half of, like, a pumpkin pie with, like, little, like, cream cheese swirl in it. Not even swirl, like, it was just, like, piped on top. It was really interesting. Super interesting. And so we had those, and literally neither one of us touched them, because, like, we were so full from our food. And I actually, like, I went to his place and then I came back here. So whenever I got here, I ate, like, some random stuff. Whatever. And, like, I took a couple bites of the pumpkin cheesecake one or whatever it wants to be called. Honestly, like, I think I was a little bit disappointed just because, so these were from H-E-B. I was a little bit disappointed because I've had, like, a pumpkin cheesecake pie from, I think it was Sam's. It was, like, an old boss of mine that bought it one time, and honestly, it was, like, 3 or 4 years ago, and I will never, it was, like, 4 years ago, yeah. I'll never forget it, and I've never had it since then. But I think about it really often. Just wondering how it's doing. I'm so messy. And Mitzi definitely had some turkey meat last night. She had some dark meat. She was very appreciative of that. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys had the best time. If you stayed this long, please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. I pretty much do, like, videos like this like once a week, sometimes twice a week, sometimes once every 2 weeks. So if that is cool with you, then it's cool with me. Please have the best night ever, or day, wherever you are. And I will see you guys in the next video. Please comment below about your Thanksgiving if you haven't already. And yeah, bye guys.